How many of us have had that privilege of enjoying our education, enjoying school while learning? Well, today we'd like to answer a very important question: how to have great fun in school and still make A's. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that 78% of students don't enjoy their high school and college life? Yes, that is about 10 to 15 years of their life as they go through preschool to college. And it is like a big burden or a struggle. Well, upon reflection, so many see school as either a burden, a load they would wish not to carry, a place they go where they love to hate. Isn't that is that something that you're experiencing? Some see school as a place or a process to fear and avoid. But listen, school was really meant to be a place to have fun while learning as you grow. That was what it was intended for. So, how do you change what so many suffer from? That fear that they wish to avoid, that hatred for learning. Well, here are some proven strategies and habits that can make a tremendous difference. Ladies and gentlemen, I have taken the time, and these information that will be shared with you came out of one the over 20 years of experience working with students in the classroom. Yes, as well as surveys and researched, yes, information. And we wish to show you that if you are able to develop the right habit and implement the right strategies, school can be fun even as you get your A's. One, have or set smart goals. When we talk about smart goals, we're talking about specific, measurable, realistic, and time bound goals. Set goals, yes, setting goals give you focus, yes, and a means by which you can measure how well you are doing. Students who know what they want in school tend to be more clinical in what they do. Isn't that so? Yes, they are more purposeful. We know as well that they are objective and not easily distracted. So, what we're saying is whenever you set goals that are specific and measurable, realistic, that means you're not setting something that is so far fetched that you cannot see or realize it. Again, within a time frame, and that will allow you to feel, yes, the sense of satisfaction as you are achieving. Number two, you need to do only 1% more every day. Yes, that's all it takes. And I can tell you from experience that all it takes, you need to do 1% more every day. Now, you need to do a little study every day. A little reading over of your work each day helps to reinforce the learning. When you do this, by the time the examination comes, you barely need to do any intensive and stressful study. That is something that has been tried and proven. A little study every single day counts. Every little bit adds up. In my interview with a number of successful students. They have indicated that their A's and their 4.5 and 4.4, the 4.50 and 5.0 and 5 and 4.0 percentage GDP rather success came as a result of a disciplined approach to study a little every day. Now, the mistake most low performing students make is to wait until it is 1 or 2 weeks before the examination. Yes? And that's the time they try to get serious about studying. Now, that's a serious mistake that so many have made and have paid the price by failing miserably their exams. All you need is 30 minutes at a time for a study session. No more than that, just 30 minutes at a time for a study session. So what are we saying? It has been tried, tested and proven, and those who have been A students, yes, distinction, magna cum laude students are those who have spent a disciplined time every day to do some work. Let's move on to some other strategies and habits. 3, know which time of the day or night works best for you to study. This is very important. Yes, know which time of the day or night works best for you to study. In other words, every individual is different and you need to understand your study pattern. At what point in time of the day or night do you absorb information, can concentrate more? Find a time you can concentrate best. This will make you maximize every minute optimally. Number 4, have an associate with friends who are smarter than you. This is again a proven fact. Yes, this is a proven thing. Yes, this will give you an opportunity to adopt some of their smart attitude and aptitude. So what we are saying, have an associate with friends who are what? Smarter than you. Now, our parents often say to us, even when I was younger, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. In the Bible, it says, a fool in the company of the wise is seen as wise. So when you find friends that are smarter than you, works, and are doing well, when you associate with them, then their attitude and aptitude will be adopted and rub off on you. High-performing students follow certain habits. Yes, the research and testimonials are replete with this evidence. One research finding suggests that every high-performing student have frequent moments when they get absorbed in what they are doing. They get in what is known as a flow state. Now, this is a state of concentration or complete absorption. Yes, the absorption with the activity. For example, there are many who are playing games, many youngsters who are playing games on their tablet or on their devices, and they are so affixed on it that time passes and they did not realize. What happened to them is that they are in a flow moment or a flow state. They are so absorbed in the activity that nothing around them seems to matter. It is a place where you are so involved in the activity that nothing else seems to matter. Yes, this is the time where deep learning and expertise develop. Number 5, set up your calendar of events so you are always aware of what task, exam, or projects you have to do. This is very important. So organize. What we're saying here is that the students, yes, that organize themselves well will be able to manage the workload that their subjects and projects and courses will present to them. Being organized removes much of the frustration out of their preparation. You can space yourself in getting each task done timely when you set up a calendar of events and set up a schedule. Yes, schedule that as to the work you're going to do or the work you have to do. Yes, you can space yourself in getting each task done timely, and this will settle your mental space. Number 6, when you start a new set of new subject or a new program, start it well. I have known this to be true. I have known this to be true. Whenever you start any subject or new program and you give it your all and you start it well, there's a great probability that you will end well. Getting the right approach in beginning to set the pace, getting the right approach in the beginning, all right, allows you to set the pace for high performance. You will develop a smooth flow throughout the course or classes. Let's continue. When you start bad, yes, you will have to fight harder to keep up all the time. And that again is true. All right, I have seen that happen many times and times again. When you start the program bad, some people start the program late and much of the content information has already passed and they are playing catching up. Right? When you start the program or the subject bad, you will have to fight harder to keep up all the time. Number 7, participate. So we have number 7 in terms of strategies and habits. Participate in the class and be active. This again is a best practice and a research finding that once your individual is active in the class, your learning capability increases. Now, when we participate in class and we are active in the sessions or the lectures, this will help you to develop a good understanding of the subject or the course. Now, being active in the class, the concept tends to stay longer with you because you are engaged. I was told earlier in my studies that when you read something, yes, it will last but not as long. When it is explained to you, it will last longer. But when you do it or you actually demonstrate it by yourself or act it out, it lasts even longer. So we're saying once you're participating, the concepts will become stronger in your learning. Now, teachers tend to give more attention. This is also, I found to be true. Teachers tend to give more attention to you and are more willing to explain things to you. Why? Because teachers always want to know that their students are doing well. And those that are showing interest and showing positive attitude and response and interaction with them in the class, they tend to give attention to them. And this will make the concept relatable. So when the teachers tend to do what now? Give more attention to you and are more willing to explain things to you, and this will make the concept relatable and reinforces deeper learning. Let's continue. Number 8, learn it now. Now, many times there are many students who are in the class and they are so distracted, and this is their approach. Well, I will do it later. Or when I go home, I will read it. Or I will do it tomorrow. All right? And so they do not pay attention in what is transpiring in the lecture, in their classes, and they believe that it will be easier at their own time. Guess what now? Learning it now, yes, is always better than trying to learn it later. Learning is easier when you try to get it now. When you postpone it for later, it will take twice or 2 times the effort, yes, to get it the second time around. And that is why when someone has failed a subject or failed a course or a program, they have to redouble their effort in order to be successful. Habit number or strategy number 9, practice a balanced life. Now, know when to play and when to focus, right? School must not all just be a straight book, study, work. It must be balanced. When you have a balanced life, then you are able to focus and you're refreshed. Your brain is refreshed for learning. So practice a balanced life. So you will know when to play and when to focus. Everything has a time and a season. So when it is class time, you give focus. When it is not class time, then you have fun. Hang around fun people during your breaks. Yes? Don't always be around people who are so serious and straight-faced and worried and, distressed. That will impact even your own personality. So when you hang around people during your break, fun people during your break and lunchtime or before class, you can relax by having a little fun, laughter, etc. Now, a good sense of humor helps you to have a merry heart, yes? And life is not only about hard work, really. It is really not about hard work only. So having fun and frequent light moments positively impacts the brain. All right, let's say that again. Having fun and frequent light moments positively impacts the brain. Now, when we experience light moments, the brain releases dopamine hormone. And this is important because dopamine is the brain's pleasure chemical. It is associated with euphoria, motivation, and concentration. It helps us to have a sense of happiness and relaxation. Now, how does stress affect the brain? Let's talk about that. Well, too much stress or when stress is continuous, let me point that out again. Too much stress or when stress is continuous and intensified, it tends to cause a negative response. Now, what we want to pause here to say, stress is a normal life experience, but when you have too much at one point in time, then it can become a negative situation for you. So continuous stress really increases fear, doubt, and reluctance. I'll say that again. Continuous stress increases what? Fear, doubt, and reluctance. Now, when a student's stress level is high frequently, that means when their stress level is high on a frequent basis, it starts to affect a part of their brain called the hippocampus, right? Which is associated with learning, memory, and stress control. Now, stress can affect our prefrontal cortex. Yes, that is why sometimes persons have headache at the front of their head, the forehead, because of too much stress. Yes, so stress can affect our frontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that regulates behaviors like concentration, decision making, good judgment, and social interaction. Now, let's talk about some ways, yes, you can have fun while learning. Now, the research have found that having fun and interactive learning sessions improve learning on a whole and engenders a positive attitude towards learning. Why does having fun and enjoyment improve learning experience? Well, learning experience. And the question I want to ask again is, why does a good mood improves the value of perceived reward, yes, and gratification of new knowledge? Why does that occur? Well, the research showed that relaxed mood takes the brain more, the research showed that relaxed mood makes the brain more strategic in using resources and paying attention. Now, you see, what your work is a game. If you see your work as a game, rather, and you need to have a strong desire to win. So one should see their work not so much as a heavy load, but if you see it as a game, yes, you'll have a stronger desire to win that game. Now, knowing how to shift focus is important. We say it's key. Why? Because you need to practice how to put yourself in a class mood and when to put yourself in a fun mood. So there's a time and place for everything. Whenever it is class time, you shift gear, put yourself in a learning mood, and so you will get focused and engaged. When it is not any class time, you put yourself in a fun mood and you enjoy and lighten the moment. No one needs to be a straitjacket all their life, right? There must be a time to relax and to have clean fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was my pleasure to share with you, yes, ways you can adopt to be successful in your learning, to make learning enjoyable and still get your A's. Now, thank you very much. If you like, please like and share this video. And if you like what we have shared with you, please click the subscribe button if you think the content is good. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.